Altercation almost mars football game. President announced CONCACAF presidency bid. Girls, and more girls in football action. Weather hampers most sports, but not all was lost. Hi, I'm Earl Baston with the January 25th Islandstats.com sports report. I'll have details and more in just a few moments. An altercation during a Bermuda Football Association First Division match will see the Bermuda Football Association Disciplinary Committee in action. With only Islandstats.com at the field at the time, the incident came during the first half of the match between BAA and Crossroads at the BAA field. A foul committed in the Crossroads box was when the incident began. The ball played into the box resulted in two players challenging for the ball on the edge of the box. The referee blew the whistle indicating a foul, and the referee then placed the ball on the edge of the box, with the assistant coach from BAA running past the Crossroads bench to confront the referee assistant, voicing his opinion that it should be a penalty. The referee intervened, holding up the game for almost 3 minutes as the assistant coach continued his verbal assault on the referee assistant. Once order was restored, the assistant coach returned to the coaching area. The referee and her assistant discussed the foul, then called a penalty, which was converted. However, things went from bad to worse as the head coach from BAA was then seen in a heated exchange that became physical with a referee assistant who was at the game standing in the technical area. The coach was seen shoving the referee assistant before being restrained by other officials and the referee. This altercation held up the game for an additional 6 minutes before order was restored. A third BAA official was then seen to be discussing the issue with the referee assistant who was standing in the technical area before also returning to the BAA bench. On Friday afternoon, the Bermuda Football Association president, Larry Musselden, announced he was running for the president of CONCACAF position, which also carries the position of a FIFA vice president.
I believe that I'm uniquely qualified to lead on this important journey because of my solid background in football administration as president of my own beloved Bermuda Football Association. as a former member of the FIFA Disciplinary Committee, and as the present chairman of the FIFA Appeals Committee since 2007. As a member of both the FIFA and CONCACAF Appeals Committees, I've had to deliberate on several complex appeals from throughout the region and all over the world. This has provided me with an invaluable perspective on the critical issues that need to be addressed in order to improve our governance and administrative processes. As a former senior military officer of the Royal Bermuda Regiment Reserves, trained in various countries, including at the Royal Military Academy Sandhurst in England, I believe I possess the requisite discipline and sense of duty required to execute any reform process without fear or favor. As a former senator, attorney general, and minister of justice of Bermuda, having been called to the English and Bermuda bar some 20 years ago, I believe I possess the training and legal experience required to ensure that any result of our necessary reform process properly reflects our collective will and is comprehensively manifested in our written rules and statutes. I told my colleague presidents that I look forward to meeting them when I would seek their support for my candidacy. I intend to personally seek their mandate to realize the ambition that I've outlined above so that corporate sponsors will compete to partner with us. The men's and women's games will continue to grow from strength to strength, and our fans will continue to enjoy the championship quality of the spectacle produced by our affiliates both on and off the field. Most importantly, I look forward simply to serving each of the presidents and the member associations in the development of the lives of young people through football at every level in your country and throughout the region.
Football games, both locally and abroad, produced plenty of goals this weekend. On Friday night, the bottom of the table clash between the Devonshire Cougars and Hamilton Parish got things going for the weekend. The Devonshire Cougars managed to pick up a 3-0 win. In the second minute, Shaquille Smith gave Devonshire Cougars the lead with a goal from close range. Smith doubled the Devonshire Cougars lead when he converted from the penalty spot after player coach Kwame Steed was fouled in the box in the 64th minute. Steed then got on the score sheet himself, scoring in the 73rd minute. The First Division got underway on Friday night at the Devonshire Recreation Club, where visitors St. George's Colts came away with a 2-1 win over Wolves. Jerizito Bassett scored twice for the St. George's Colts, while Shakobi Daniels scored the lone goal for Wolves. On Saturday night at the BAA field, Flanagan's Onions came from behind to defeat Island Rangers 3-1. Island Rangers took a 1-0 lead through a Jakaya Simmons goal, but Flanagan's would get even when Gavin Thomason scored. Two more goals, one by Miles Brewer and the other by Phil Matthews, earned them the win. At the BAA field in their First Division match, BAA came away with a 3-2 victory over Crossroads. Crossroads took a 1-0 lead when Khomeini Tolbert scored just inside the box in the 12th minute. After a lot of confusion, BAA would be awarded a penalty, which was converted by Malachi Jones in the 20th minute. Shikari Furbit gave BAA the lead in the 45th minute as they took a 2-1 lead to the break. Furbit would extend BAA's lead in the 50th minute before Jamin Furbit would pull a goal back for Crossroads 6 minutes later. However, this is how the game ended, 3-2. At Lords and St. David's, visiting Young Men's Social Club took all 3 points following their 3-1 win over St. David's. Clay Darrow scored twice. He opened the scoring in the 11th minute and closed it in the 77th minute. Kanife Burton equalized for St. David's in the 20th minute. Sakai Tuzo gave Young Men's Social Club the lead in the 43rd minute. At the Southampton Oval, Nathan Rigo scored twice to lead Somerset Eagles to a 4-0 victory over the Paget Lions. Devin Riley Clark and Kenai Frey added a goal each. In the Premier Division, the Somerset Trojans and the Devonshire Colts battled at the Police Field, with the visitors coming away with a 5-3 victory. Dan Simmons headed Somerset Trojans into the lead in the 16th minute, and Jonathan Bean would double the Somerset Trojans lead in the 43rd minute. Lysandro Simons pulled a goal back for Devonshire Colts, finding the back of the net in the 49th minute, and then in the 60th minute, Eli Smith would draw the Devonshire Colts level at 2-2. Bean would give Somerset Trojans a 3-2 lead when he scored his second goal of the game in the 73rd minute. He would then complete his hat trick with a goal in the 79th minute. 1 minute later, it was 5-2 to the Somerset Trojans when Antoine Seaman scored. Smith would score his second goal of the game for the Devonshire Colts, but they went down 5-3. Up at the Southampton Oval, Aldante Smith gave Boulevard Blazers a lead of 1-0 in the second minute in their match against Southampton Rangers. Ian Coke doubled the Boulevard Blazers lead when he found the back of the net in the 32nd minute. Markel Tankard then made it 3-0 on the stroke of half-time. Tyvence Douglas got on the scoring act when he scored for the Boulevard Blazers 3 minutes into the second half before Coke would score his second and the Boulevard Blazers' fifth in the 71st minute. Shakai Swan pulled a goal back for the Southampton Rangers when he scored in the 81st minute, but the visitors came away with a 5-1 victory. The PHC Zebras defeated Robin Hood 3-0 at the BAA Field. PHC would go in front in the first minute when Casey Castle would score. Sequoia Robinson doubled the lead in the 24th minute, and he would score again in the 55th minute. At the St. John's Field, Quadair Maynard gave the Dandytown Hornets the lead over the North Village Rams in the 35th minute. Maynard would double that lead in the 55th minute. Keisha Bean would pull a goal back for the North Village Rams in the 90th minute, but time would run out on the Rams as the Dandytown Hornets have moved back to a 9-point lead atop of the Premier Division table. Meanwhile, overseas, Nicky Wells and his Huddersfield teammates went down 2-1 in their Sky Bet Championship match against Brighton Hove Albion. Raee Simons watched from the bench as Millwall kept their promotion push with a 2-1 win over Chesterfield. Struggling Luton ended their 4-game goal drought with an early strike in each half to wrap up their first win and defeat Reggie Lamb and his Mansfield teammates 2-0. Lewes Football Club announced they had signed former Crawley Town and current Bermuda International striker Jonte Smith for the rest of the season. Making his debut in front of 401 spectators, Smith was able to score twice. Smith scored his first goal in the 31st minute and then scored his second in the 84th minute as they defeated Kenvay Island 3-1, recording their 4th win of the season. Meanwhile, after netting his 4th goal in 3 games, 19-year-old Jair Parford Williams said he was delighted that his hard work is paying off.
Yeah, of course. I think for me and the team, we're all confident, we're winning games, we're passing the ball well. We're doing very well.
Speaking to the other coaches, it sounds like you're doing well in training as well at the moment.
Yeah. I work hard. I do the best that I can do every day. Everybody does. Everybody on the team does the best that they can do. That's why we're playing as well as we are.
2 goals tonight. Talk me through them.
The first goal, Vash crossed it in and hit off somebody, and it sort of dropped to me. I hit it in with my left foot. And then in my second goal, Josh Cullen had it, and I made a good run into the box, and it was first time finish outside of my foot. It was a good finish.
Start of the season, I guess you had to be a bit patient with the goals, but now they're free flow.
Yeah. It's just, I don't know, it must be hard work. I don't know what it is.
A great team performance all round, especially having to come back from a goal down.
Yeah, we did the same thing last week. We went 1-0 down, and we came back. But I think that's just the team having confidence and knowing that we have goals in us and we can pass the ball around, keep doing what we're doing,
That's 9 games unbeaten now, 8 of them wins. It's all looking good for the quarterfinal next Wednesday.
Yeah, we got a lot of confidence. We're knowing that we can go and we can beat anybody.
The Bermuda Women's National Select concluded playing against Goucher College at the BFA Field in a 3-match series, winning 2-1. The Bermuda Women's National Team closed out a 3-game series with visiting Goucher College at the Clyde Pass Center of Excellence on Friday evening, defeating their opponents 4-0. A day after going down 2-1, the Bermuda team came back strong, getting 2 goals from Aaliyah Nolan and single strikes from Nia Christopher and Jaden Masters. We'll be back with more sports in a moment.
Football fans! Bermuda's only dedicated local football show is back. That's right, the Bermuda Football Show, right here on Islandstats.com. Hosted by Jason Ford, aka Juggling Jay, and Calvin Blakendow. We will give you weekly reviews of the matches playing locally, Bermudians playing abroad, Bermuda international matches, and also preview the matches ahead. Oh, and don't forget, we will once again be trying to see who can finish on top of the table for our picks. As you know, I won last year. If you want to be involved, send an email to info@islandstats.com to say, I want to be involved, right here on islandstats.com.
Chaz Smith represented Dalhousie University men's track and field team during the Jumpstart Athletics Mountain Open Indoor Track Meet. Smith won the men's 20-34 long jump with a top leap of 6.56 meters. He then finished second during the men's 20-34 triple jump, leaping 14.62 meters. He finished behind his teammate Jordan Bruce, who leaped 15 meters. Daniel Augustus was back in action on the SwingThroughTour.com professional golf event at the Rio Pinehard Country Club. Augustus shared his thoughts on his performance.
I was hitting the ball off the tee a heck of a lot better with my driver anyways. Every time I hit my 2-iron today, I hit it in the trees. Now I said it's a tight tree line course, and usually my 2-iron is my go-to club. But I hit it a couple times today, and I didn't hit it so sharp. That's the way it goes. But nothing went left today, like I said, up until 17. I eliminated pretty much the left side all day today. For me, that's great. That's what I'm looking for. Downfall. As you can see, I'm hitting balls. I don't know if I showed you already. I'm showing you again. Hitting balls because the irons let me down. Big time. I have not hit a ball so poorly as far as direction goes in Lord knows how long. I mean, like I said, one shot lower than yesterday, so that's 76. One birdie per side, three bogeys per side. I mean, I bogeyed 2 par 5s today, both on the back nine. Irons, and the part that's disturbing the most is even some approach shots with wedges, which is what I'm spending most of my time working on. They were horrid. You know what I mean? Like the first 2 holes, I had wedges in my hand. And when I say these things were not within 30 feet for a wedge, that is pretty darn bad. Distance control was amazing. Yay. I was pinning high both times. But they were both 40 to 50 to 30. I don't know how far they were, long ways away both times. A 2-party, both of them great. Yay. No 3-putts today, another bonus. But yeah, that was horrible.
In Salwan Island Basketball League action inside the Cedar Bridge Academy Gymnasium on Saturday evening, it saw a total of 252 points scored on the night. The Crossfire Ballers won their 3rd game in a row by defeating their young Skyforce team 72-48. Marcus Robinson scored a game-high 25 points to lead the Crossfire Ballers to victory, while Skyforce got 15 points from Jarrell Smith. In the second game of the evening, the Flyboy United defeated the Thundercats 71-61. Kieran Burgess scored a game-high 28 points for the Flyboys, while the Thundercats were led by Mikal Glasgow, who scored 21 points. Janelle Wade-Frey scored a game-high 30 points to lead her Brixton Topcats to a 78-67 win over Manchester Ems in Women's British Basketball League action. Wade-Frey played 36 minutes of action, going 3 for 5 from the field. She went 5 for 12 from behind the three-point line and 9 for 10 from the free throw line. Wade-Frey grabbed 9 rebounds to go along with 7 assists and 5 steals. Despite the conditions, the Bermuda Hockey Federation had 3 matches played at the National Sports Center on Saturday, with a total of 14 goals scored. The Ravens scored 6 unanswered goals in their 6-0 win over the Longtails. Georgia Harris scored a hat-trick, with Megan Troke scoring twice and Jessica Hollis added the other. The lone goal in the second game came in the 5th minute and was a field goal off the stick of Tanaya Booth, as the Wildcats defeated the Bluebirds 1-0. The Swallows then defeated the Canaries 5-2. Kelly Newsom, Sarah Timon, Elizabeth Stewart, Anfa Burke, and Helen Clark all scored a goal each for the Swallows, while the Canaries got a goal from Abigail Machin and Lisa Robichaud. Only 13 goals were scored on Friday night as the Bermuda Ball Hockey League season continued at the PCC hockey rink. The Yetu Olympics defeated the Tri-City Americans 3-2. The Olympics would go in front with a goal from Ryan Wilson, but Christopher Merritt would equalize for the Tri-City Americans. The Olympics would take the lead again when Jacob Amlong found the back of the net. Yet again, the Tri-City Americans would draw level, this time with a goal from Andrew Kernal. Amlong scored what proved to be the winner for the Olympics in the third and final period. In the second match, the Serena Sting defeated Vancouver Giants 5-3. The Giants went in front through a Warren Miller strike, but Ernest Thorold and Jeff Morash gave the Sting a 2-1 lead at the end of the first period. The second period saw Scott Ferguson score for the Vancouver Giants and Corey Collette scored for the Sting as they would take a 3-2 lead into the final period. That final period saw Chris Scott draw the Vancouver Giants level, but goals from Adam Cheevers and Collette ensured the Sting would earn the 5-3 victory. The Bermuda Rugby Football Union's league season resumed with matches at the National Sports Center yesterday. In women's touch league play, the Police defeated the Renegades 4-1. The Police got tries from Joe Godfrey, Mika Tamita, Safia Tonkin, and Louise Matthews, while the lone Renegades try came from Sarah Mabry. In the other women's game, the Teachers defeated the Mariners 2-1. Najee Pitt Clark and Gillian Cross scored a try each for the Teachers, while the Mariners got a try from Alyssa James. In the men's division, the Renegades ran out winners against the Police, defeating them 15-5. The Renegades got tries from Cedric Innes and Jamie Baum, while Brian Archibald kicked a penalty and a conversion. The lone Police try came from Dan Cole. In the second match, the Teachers went down 19-10 to the Mariners. Chakotay Wainwright Basden led the Mariners to victory with 2 tries and a penalty, while Kellen Williams added 2 conversions. The Teachers got a try from Aldo Campbell and Antonio Parentchief, leader. Erica Hawley competed in the Somerset County Cross Country Championships in the UK. Hawley, the current Junior Triathlete of the Year, and her teammates at Millfield School had a clean sweep of the podium in the senior race. Hawley finished second overall of the 3.7K race. For the senior girls, crossing the line in a time of 14:58. Izzy Morris from Millfield was first with a time of 14:26, and Harriet Lord was third in 15:13. Competing on a tough cross-country course in Yeovil, Somerset, all 3 girls qualified for the Southwest Region Cross Country Championships, which will be held on February the 6th. Keep an eye on Islandstats later today as we will bring you updates on CeCe Woolman and Cameron Pimentel as they compete in the 2016 Sailing World Cup in Miami. John and Matthew Lejeune competed on their home course along with 60 other competitors in the Mongol skiing event. After their first run down the hill, Matthew Lejeune was in second and John Lejeune was in 24th. At the conclusion of the second run, Lejeune finished the day in second place for his age group and 4th overall, while John finished the day in 30th and 5th for his age group class. Jamaica has been chosen to host the 2016 Caribbean Volleyball Senior Men's and Women's Championships. The Jamaica Volleyball Association is hoping the matches will be played inside the National Indoor Sports Center, and they will be played July 7th through to the 17th. Join Islandstats.com at 5:30 p.m. for the Bermuda Football Show. Thank you for joining. I'm Earl Basden with the January 25th Islandstats Sports Report. Do enjoy the rest of your day.